owned. So when I see these kids, right, these young men, and I see them and I hear about them at work, they run. I watched that kid just earlier today, 18 hours ago, whatever it was. Mom just drove him nuts, right? Hanging his head, throwing his arms up, just like, what do I do? What do I gotta do? I gotta help carry towels, right? If you took this woman to a Bed Bath & Beyond, you could bet your last dollar that broad could stack 24 towels across her left arm, right? While dragging a shopping cart full of rolled rugs and soap. You know she can do it. Right? It's amazing what these women can do when it's on sale. Right? There's nothing can stop them. Right? But their training, they are so intent on owning men that they dominate their own sons in an effort to teach them that they have to be submissive. Same with the sister. Now remember, the sister was right there, next to mommy. She could have said, no, Ma, I got it. No, she didn't say a word. Zit! Not a single word did that little girl say. She could have said, oh, leave little Timmy alone. Let Timmy run off with Johnny, right? We can get it, Mom. No, they both stood there and made that kid walk back. Head down, right? Disappointment. I don't know where they came from to get here, but I'm sure it was a good drive. Right? This kid's got it in his head. His brother's run off and he's being tortured with carrying towels. I don't want to beat a dead horse with this towel, right? But I'm going to beat the dead horse with a towel. It was a prime example of why young men already know. They already sense it because they've been being trained. They've been being subjected to this humiliating desire that women have to make them help. And help in ways that are unnecessary. Now I've got to tell you, I do have one story from my childhood. And I remember it to this day. I was 10 years old. And my mom asked me to get some firewood that was stacked up in the wall against the garage. And I had to go down the staircase, get the wood, bring it back up, bring it in the house, stack it next to the fireplace, right? It's cold out, it's winter. So I went down and I got some, and I think I was, stomping up and down the stairs, grumbling. Well, I got back upstairs and my mom and sister were laughing. And I do love my mom, but she's a dipshit when it comes to stuff like this because she has no idea what she did. But they were laughing. I was pissed. And she goes, oh, we need you to bring more. And I went out and stomped down the stairs, and this time I know I was grumbling. Right? As good as a 10-year-old can grumble and growl. Down the stairs and back up. And this time, before I came in, I could hear them through the door laughing. They thought it was funny. And to this day, I'm actually still pissed off at my mother for this. Because she treated me to her joke. She made me the butt of her joke. And my sister thought it was cute. Right? But what did it teach them? You can tell boys to do this. You can make them do it. They're going to be angry, but it sure is funny. And look how we controlled them. Look at the reaction we got out of them. Look at who I am now. I'm a 47-year-old man that still remembers what happened to me when I was 10 at the hands of someone who thought they were going to give me a little training day exercise and thought it was fun. I am now teaching and working with thousands of men to take that power away from women. Abusive, corrosive, toxic, parasitic women who want to own men and dominate men and tell men what to do and take away their fun and take away their spirit and crush and destroy it for their own sick, twisted satisfaction. That's exactly what's going on. They hate themselves. And they don't want to see little Timmy with his little boogie board going off to have a good time. because they're not going to have a good time. They're going to worry about their hair and their makeup, the size of their fanny and the size of their boobs, right? And they're not going to be satisfied because they hate themselves. So they're going to do their best to ruin everyone else's fun. And they're not just doing it to men they marry. They're not just doing it to boyfriends they've been sleeping with and they hold that over their head. They're now doing it to their own sons. And they're doing it to an alarming degree because boys are growing into men fully aware that something's wrong. And they're looking around and they're finding Mgtow. They're finding out that the game doesn't end when you get away from mommy. That the game steps up. It goes from training day to live fire. Vagina, marriage, baby. All right, guys. I want to thank you for the Patreon and PayPal support you guys give this channel. Scotch and stogies all the way around. Right? I've just been so busy on this work vacation. It's actually exhausting. I think when I get back, I'm going to need to convince my boss that I actually need a few days off just to relax. Simply amazing. I've had so much fun with the work and so much fun with my kid. It is amazing. But it's also exhausting. But I just can't help but see Mgtow lessons in everything I do. You know, just crazy. Got back from dinner. I saw some ridiculous stuff on the street. I saw women testing their sexual market value. I saw women trying to shame men. I saw women trying to ignore men but attract them. I saw these little games. It was amazing. A lot of fun to see. A lot of fun to know that I now have been immunized. Right? I've got a Mgtow booster shot and I just don't need that in my life. It's easy to see what it's all about. So many more lessons to share with you guys. So much more training. I want to thank you for everything. And thank you especially for the comments. If you could, share in the comments examples of how you're seeing women today train young men. Whether it's girls doing it to boys or their mommies doing it to young men and boys. And what are these boys doing about it? What's their reaction? If you put those stories in the comments, right, it'll help everyone else see and understand the variety of examples, right? Because it's not just one thing women do, it's a multitude of things, right, that women are doing to control and dominate boys in an effort to train them so they grow up into good manservants. All right, guys, just remember, there's the trifecta of you're done, right? Vagina, marriage, baby. Next thing you know, you're on a baby moon, spending $10,000 to celebrate the fact that you are now hers. You guys be cool. Semper Fi. I'm the man. I have the penis. You guys be cool.